What's the motherfucking deal? There we go. Hope y'all are doing well this evening. I hope everybody is having a super Sunday. And I missed you guys a little bit. The last couple of days have been a little off kilter. Just trying to get everything right for the future. I'm your host, Honcho, and I hope you're all doing wonderful. Again, if you guess the pre-stream song, you'll get 1,000 pistachios. Let's get first shout out to Culture, because this is my second favorite part of the stream now. Let me just hit this magic button. Hold up. All right, so welcome to the Den. I am Ed Honcho. You can catch my personal social medias at EdHonchoHTX on Instagram and Twitter if you want to follow there. Like the video, let YouTube know you enjoy the content that's coming out of this corner of the web. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to it. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all Den Show Live. If you want to send an email with a little bit of detail, you can hit me at denshowlive@gmail.com. The Den is going to be moved from 10 a.m. in the weekdays to 1 p.m. And 10 p.m. will still be every night at 10 p.m. Den Show Podcast. I've been uploading a lot of the streams there, but I'm going to start uploading some original content to those too. So make sure you're following Den Show Podcast. It should be on iTunes and your favorite platform, except for Spotify. Spotify hating on me. Den Show Shop, if you want to go get this, the Honcho is my homie shirt. Go to Den Show Shop if you want to get that. You can go to streamlabs.com if you want to make a one-time donation to the channel. Streamlabs.com/The Den Show. And if you want to pledge on a monthly basis, and I got to talk to the Patreon supporters, but shout out to all the Patreon supporters. Diana, a new Diana Hill Jackson, thank you. So Diana Johnson, Diana Jackson, Betty Spaghetti, Goya, James, Dan, Donald Trump, and hold on, Stina Starry-Eyed, the originator. Patreon.com/The Den Show. And I was talking to y'all because I said I was going to bring you guys more content for the Patreon, and I have been trying to do so, but it turns out, we're going to talk about this. I'm going to rant on this in just a second. Turns out, though, that the other platform that I was going to use to start uploading videos so I could put those specifically on the Patreon, because YouTube does a bunch of bullshit when you do certain things. Anyway, is banned by Patreon, right? It's banned by Patreon. So I could post up videos from Pornhub if I wanted to, and Patreon would be okay with that. But this other platform that I was going to use to upload videos, they will not allow it. So ain't that some fucking bullshit? Yeah, there's that. So I had uploaded a few videos to the other platform, and I was trying to, I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's talking about add a link or embed link, and I'm just like, the link is here. What is going on? So I had to do a little bit of research, found out, I guess I should have did that beforehand. I didn't think it was a thing. Found out that I can't do that. So I'm gonna look up a couple of alternative methods. I may, start just releasing videos and maybe put them on a PDF or something like that, and just kind of make it downloadable. You can access the links from there. I know there's alternative options like Subscribe and some of the other stuff, but I don't want to have people running around in circles. But it's I'm just thinking, the best way to get you guys the content, because I promise you guys more content, and it's kind of frustrating when you do that and then you can't. But if you are on the Patreon, I did upload the list of all the banned, they're not banned, they're just unlisted, all the old Kush Den. So some of y'all triple OGs know about the Kush Den when it was the Kush Den. There's a full list of all the videos now. I think it's damn near 300 videos of Kush Den videos that you can check out. So if you're just bored, you got some time on your hands, that list is accessible via Patreon. And I went back and I watched some of they were terrible. They were awful videos. Some of the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. Why did y'all let me do that? And again, you can call the Den at any time, 833-284-3336. Whether we're live, whether we're not live, you can leave a voicemail if I don't answer. Usually if I'm not too busy, I'll pick up and I'll chop it up with you. Text message, picture message, MMS message, whatever it may be. So if you have a screenshot of some news, if you have a funny meme that you want to share, or it is Send Nudes Sunday. You can always send nudes. That's always cool. I'm fucking with you. I'm laughing, but I'm serious. Yeah, there's a Patreon app. There's an app that goes with it. So let's see what we got joining us, man, and then let's get into the conversation, man. So let's see what we have in the mix tonight, man. Again, I miss y'all, man. It doesn't feel right not chopping it up with y'all. But some things have to be taken care of for the improvement of what we're trying to build here. Jason S, Culture the Nubis, what's the motherfucking deal? Lockbird 99, what's the motherfucking deal? Janet Dunbar, Insane Beauty. Shout out to Insane Beauty. I've been seeing you comment on the last few videos, and I'm glad that you could join us. It's good to have you. Thank you for joining us live in the den tonight. Miss Meat, even though you've been falsely accusing me, what's the motherfucking deal, Miss Meat? Always good to see you. Let me see. Kay Grace, what's the motherfucking deal? Always good to see Miss Grace. Miss Bell Southern Style, how you doing, Miss Bell? Let's see. Heidi. Hello, Heidi. Yeah, there's that. Kenneth, I always knew you were kind of a weirdo. You know, you reciting women's rap lyrics. Should have known. Danny, Dominic, whatever your name may be. There you are. Ruby Roo, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Sweetberry, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. Savage Donald Trump, what's the motherfucking deal? You made it back safely already. Dopey Long Stockings, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Rashida, you look, Rashida, we gonna scrap. I seen your comments. We got Plex. Okay. And again, the lyric to win the 1,000 pistachios for the pre-stream song is his thing like a dirty sweet from off the street. My thing like a old Indo from Sacramento. So that's all the clues I'm gonna give y'all. Some of y'all should know what it is immediately. You know, if you from the city, you should know that off the rip. Let me see. Tarver D, what's the motherfucking deal? Beyond a Funny Nigga, what's the motherfucking deal? Cookout coming this Thursday. Make sure you check it out. Hey. Already. Shout out to Dan Strong. Say, we in here, my G. I plan on calling in tonight and probably offending somebody. Hey, that's what it's all about. If you ain't offending nobody, man, look, you ain't trying hard enough. Shout out to Dan Strong, Dan the man. Man, that's what's up. Look, see, y'all was hating on Dan. Say he gonna get revenge on y'all for hating on him. So he got something for y'all ass. Y'all told y'all better get with the winning side. Wise, what's the motherfucking deal? Let's see. 1676, what's the motherfucking deal? Professor Trio, Rockzilla Carly, what's the motherfucking deal? Shall we proceed with Elise Main? Man, y'all go and show Miss Elise Main the Shall We Proceed podcast. I don't know if you want me to using the proper name, but definitely some great content going on over there. Y'all should definitely check it out, especially if you are single, trying to mingle, you know, or if you got some other things going on, a wide variety of topics, and I think that y'all will enjoy it, especially a lot of you ladies. You know, some of y'all be angry with me. Y'all want the female perspective. You know, she definitely provides you that, and she does. It's not just all about the ladies. She is fair to the fellas also. So I'm not gonna throw under the bus like she's one of them. She's definitely a equal opportunity representative. Yes, Savage Donald Trump, bitch shoot. I was trying to use that and they were not showing any love, and it's fucked up. Let me see. Dan Strong, what's the motherfucking deal? Shannon Jones, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. All right, Miss Erling. And then let me see. You know, let me see. Make sure I ain't miss nobody. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. It's all love. Let's get into it though. But yeah, I'm really upset about the Patreon thing. That had me quite frustrated because I was like, let me just see if I put in porn. You know, I beat up on the keyboard. And I type in Pornhub. It had no problem embedding Pornhub content in there. Like it was not an issue. So I don't know if I got to start uploading to Pornhub to use it or what, but we'll find an alternative source. Like I said, if I have to start using, like I say, a PDF and upload, you know, maybe the videos on there or however I have to get it to y'all, I'm gonna get y'all the content because I'm not going to let it go to waste. Thank you. I was getting concerned, Professor Trill. I was worried about, you know, if anybody knew what was what. KB Johnson, what's the motherfucking deal? Shout out Professor Trill. Get him a quick stack of pistachios. I gotta make sure I put the right thing in there. But let's get into the conversation, man. That's enough of me ranting, enough of me complaining. But I know that y'all probably been like, this nigga said he been gonna give us some Patreon content, he still ain't done it. I promise y'all that's coming. Yes, I read 48 Laws of Power a few years back, Kenneth. Depending on how you apply it, it can be a very useful text. And it can be, some people look at it as a very manipulative information. Some people look at it as very useful text. I mean, it just depends on how you go about it. But tonight, I want to talk about giving unsolicited information. Nana Diana, what's the motherfucking deal? Joyce Chit Chat, what's the motherfucking deal? But giving unsolicited information, right? And sometimes this stuff can be welcome. Sometimes people have your best interest in mind. And I question it. I was listening to something today. I had to get another fucking. I've been delayed on it because I was trying to revive my old headsets for the longest because I'm cheap. I try to make shit last as long as I fucking can. And I had to get another pair of fucking Bluetooth headsets because, like I said, I gotta get back on my workout grind, and I like to have, I like to listen to stuff, not necessarily music, but I was listening to something today, and they were talking about haters versus naysayers, right? And I thought that was very interesting, right? And it was giving the different aspects of haters versus naysayers, and I never really looked at it differently. But it says naysayers aren't necessarily bad people. Naysayers can be friends, family, lovers, significant others, a dog named Scotty, neighbors, whatever it may be, right? Whatever it may be. And Bad Bougie KM Live, what's the motherfucking deal? And Female Pimp, you read that and you still failed the test somehow. Marie Antoinette, what's the motherfucking deal? So I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's actually pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. Because naysayers are generally people who can't do it or couldn't see how they could do it. And the information that they give you is well intended, but not always the best. It's kind of like who was it? Was it Icarus? The one that flew too close to the sun with the wax wings or something like that? And you say nay to a naysayer. Does it make you a naysayer? I say nay. But then you say too many nays, does it make you a horse? Or a neighbor? I don't know. Who knows? Icarus. Okay, Icarus flew too close to the sun and the wings melted, came back down to earth. And I think people who love you, who care about you, but they don't understand, it's kind of like that. They think that you might be trying to do too much. They think you may be trying to overwhelm yourself. If you have great aspirations and great dreams or whatever it is, and I encourage everybody to reach deep within themselves and try to be the best that they can be. And that's part of what's been kind of going on the last few days, is really trying to get some organization, because I want to do so much more. But I understand how important scheduling and organization is, and that is one of my big weaknesses. I have no problem admitting that. Staying consistent with that. So I kind of mapped everything. That's what I spent a lot of time doing this weekend. And but I don't think they necessarily have bad intentions for you. They just want you to protect yourself. So you could be doing well, and it was speaking about people who leave jobs and go into their own business, or people who just may up and move and go somewhere different, just do different things. And things may seem to be going well for you, but you want more. It may not be enough for you. It was also talking about people saying why aren't you just appreciative of what you have, and that's something I say a lot, and I guess I have to catch myself, because depending on the type of person that you're dealing with, and I think you have to listen to what it is they're saying and why they're saying it, you can be suppressing their abilities. Hey, well, you got it better than most people. You got it better than most of the world. You got it better than, these people over here, these people over there. But that shouldn't be justification for you not to go harder. It shouldn't be justification for you not to do more. Now, I think if you are talking about just wanting more, but not wanting to put the work in, that's a different conversation as to someone who is willing to go and take risks to have more, to do something different, to have a different experience in life. And I think that you should encourage those people. Anybody who's breaking away, especially in the society that we live in today, that is breaking away from the norms, that are going out and venturing on to their own thing, I encourage that. I encourage that, because you never know where life is going to take you. I'm telling you, a couple of years ago, and it really was the lady Honcho for the most part. Y'all heard y'all heard my boy Taylor Made 360 say a while back that we had dibbed and dabbed on the YouTube thing a while back, and it was just never anything consistent. They never took it serious. I had like a video I think a long time ago, and it was just me just talking shit while I was smoking a sweet, and that was kind of the premise for the basis of the Kush deal before that. So this damn near a decade ago, and that video had like 16,000, views. People would send me messages, man, if you ever come here, I'll smoke weed, but I never really thought about the power of the internet at that time. I was doing other shit. I was foolish and not really thinking about opportunities, and I really should have took advantage then. Who knows where we are now, but I wasn't necessarily a talkative person. As much as I'm talking now, no way. But it is what it is. But if I would have been of the same mindset initially, then that maybe I am at this point, maybe it was something different. Even starting off into this, I was kind of dipping my toe in the water, not really going all the way in, you know what I'm saying? And even up until recently, till I really started implementing more short videos, I would say up until earlier this year, maybe January, I won't say that I wasn't all in, but I wasn't maximizing the potential. And so you have encouragers and you have naysayers, and you have a lot of people who would say certain things, words of encouragement, and they enjoy what you're doing. But then you have people say, oh man, you can't do that. Oh, it's too saturated, or, what are you going to do this, or what are you going to do that? And, why are you doing this? Why not, other things. And I guess they had well-meaning behind what they said. But then I thought about it, because it hindered me a little bit. And then I thought, I'm like, these people don't even use the internet like that. So how the fuck do they know what's going on? Like, these people are yeah, I just put the tip in, hey, just let me put the tip in, It is Sunday night, so Sunday night confessions are still welcome. But to jump to the other side, you have haters, right? And haters are good in a sense. And it's not because I'm out here trying to shit on all my haters. I'm trying to do what I got to do for all they. Fuck a hater, you know what I'm saying? Fuck doing something for a hater. You do what you do because it's what you do. Because it's what you want to do. But haters are good. Because haters, and I never thought about it like this, haters are free promotion. Haters are the ones that'll go somewhere and talk down on you and such, oh, this dude here, and they'll try to put all your business and info and shit out there. And that only attracts more attention. You know what I'm saying? People are like, well, why is he hating on this dude? Oh, well, maybe it's actually not that bad. Maybe, what he's got going on is actually pretty interesting. It's not as bad as what they say it is, And again, so haters are, I won't say necessary, but they don't hurt. You capitalize off the hating and you benefit from it. But haters are generally people who are not close to you. Or they could be ex-friends or enemies or whatever, and they may not like what you got going on. They may be against you in some form or fashion. But that's kind of the main primary difference between the hater and the naysayers. Don't necessarily promote you. They just want you to calm down because they feel like they have your best interest in mind. But if you can't trust yourself, if you can't trust your gut, if you can't trust what's inside of you, the voice inside your head or your ego, your intuition, whatever the fuck you want to call it, if you can't trust that, who can you really trust? So don't necessarily let the naysayers hold you down, but don't put them in the same category as the haters. Because the haters don't have your well-being in mind, but they're actually promoting you. The naysayers have your well-being in mind, but they're not necessarily promoting you. They're just concerned for you. So it's kind of different categories. You got to ball, I've been working on my crossover. I'm rusty. I'm just, I'm a ball on these haters, man. But, but nah, man, but seriously. So I want to know y'all's thoughts. And again, whatever's on your mind. It's Sunday. Y'all know how we kind of do on Sunday. Let me spit this fucking gum out. I should just this lost its flavor. Gum with no flavor is useless. All right. And as you can see, Scotty got on me a little bit. I'm not going to take too much more time talking. I'm going to get ready to open up the line. But as you can see, we will have, excuse me, the 10-minute rule in effect. And the reason why the 10-minute rule has come back, it used to be like, the 5-minute rule in sauce? The reason why the 10-minute rule is coming back is because I want everybody to have an opportunity to speak their piece. Even though somebody's calling, I ain't even got the thing hooked up yet. I want everybody to have a chance to speak their mind. I want everybody to have a chance to spill their piece. And I know some people are wow, so they taking too long, they taking too long this, and they taking up too long. Yeah, that's the funny thing about this, right? That's the funny thing about this, right? Because All we do in the den is give unsolicited advice. That's why I love, the hypocrisy, I guess, of this topic. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. But let's get into it, man. Let's get into it, man. Now there's haters and there's annihilators. And the hater, they just gonna talk a bunch of shit. An annihilator's gonna try to ruin your fucking life. You don't want them annihilators. You gotta take them out before they get to you, man. But yeah, let me boot open the line here. Let's get ready to take some calls and some stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, so we can put the 10-minute rule on so that way everybody can get it in. If the line is slow and you want to call back in, if you have something to add to it, you're more than welcome to do so. But yeah, so that way everybody has a chance to get in. And again, 2 hours. Like I said, this is part of the things that I have to adapt to. I know y'all enjoy the extended ends. I enjoy the extended ends, but for me to bring more and better overall content, I gotta focus in on where the strengths lie and what's important. And again, we will always have more dens, and so you can always share your content. We will have dens throughout the week. I have laid down a foundation. I think I got all the way through Thursday's topics already planned out. So in case something just crazy happens to come up, other than that, trust me, we will be denning. I have things scheduled. I've been putting in work today, and so we're gonna make it shake. Yeah, the den line is open. I want to know what y'all think. I want to know what's on your mind. I want to know how y'all feeling. And again, let's see what we got calling in. Oh, let me fix the fucking audio. I always gotta fix the fucking audio.
Thanks, I'll try calling a different number.
Comedy call.
Alrighty. Alrighty, well, that was a nice little prank to start it off. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
Hey, it's Dan. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Mr. Dan, how you doing today?
I'm out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Already. What's on your mind this evening, Dan? What would you like to share with the people of the den this evening?
Well, you mentioned unsolicited advice. Here's the thing, though. There's a difference. I know you have the haters and naysayers. I'll get onto that in a minute. But unsolicited advice, I think there's two types.
Okay.
There's a type where you legitimately want to help someone. You see something's going to go left and you want to stop it. And then there's a type where you just say, I don't think you do that shit. And I got two examples. Being in the Navy for about 8 years now, and about done too, thank God. So my first enlistment, I did 5 years on a aircraft carrier, a big hunk of metal with a bunch of planes and close to 5,000 people. And on deployment, everybody's fucking business. I'm a petty officer, so I have a bit of rank, but yeah, I don't mean shit, in the long run. I'm just keeping it real. Now, I had a junior guy who just came in about a year. He's just a Hispanic guy. He was a cool guy. Thing is, he always messing with these chicks, man. And this thing about the military and most jobs in general, you do not fuck your coworkers. Don't do that shit.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, you have a lot of young guys and females. Oh, I'm forgetting about y'all. Y'all females out there who, y'all just sticking out genitals, whatever, man. And I would tell this dude, man, I ain't want to tell on people. I don't do that. Yeah. But here's the thing, though. I saw this shit going left, so I was giving unsolicited advice to this man. He didn't ask me for advice like this. I just told him, hey, man, look, bro, I need you to stop doing this. Stop messing with these females. I don't want you to get involved in it. Yeah, office romance is Shannon. It's worse because the military, and they will cut you off they will slash your throat off. And this is what happened. This dude got into some little love. It's not even a triangle. I call it a square because there was him, two other motherfuckers, all of them Hispanic, and then this one chick who was. These three guys are working in my work center. So it was embarrassing, the whole situation. They're fucking with this one chick. Two of these guys are married. And this chick, she's in security, so she knows the rules. So she's still doing it anyway. And she married, too. So the only person one married was my friend.
Wow.
But, yeah. And I was still telling him, man, leave these Navy females alone, man. There might be a diamond in the rough, but most of these bitches is rough. Real shit. Fuck all types of shit. So what happens is, of course, someone tells them someone, all three of these dudes get caught, the female gets caught, the three dudes get kicked out. She doesn't. And I remember what happened was some of my higher ups, anyone's in the military, you know what chief petty officer is? Some of those petty motherfuckers in the military. I seen two of the dudes. I walked in the office doing some paperwork. I seen two of these dudes, these chiefs laughing about going to this guy's captain's mess, which is basically like his judgment, his final judgment, saying like, oh, we're just gonna throw him under the bus. And when I heard that, I put my paperwork down and tried to find this dude before they sent him up to talk to the commanding officer to warn him, but it was too late. And then after it was all said and done, I didn't leave work till I saw him again, and he was crying. And I consoled him, and he told me he had a kid. I didn't know he had a kid, man. And I said like, but I didn't want them motherfuckers like, I told you, dude. I told you about that. No, I just consoled him. I said, I'm sorry, man. Just move on from this shit. Go back to Cali. Do what you got to do, man. So that's like advice that wasn't solicited, but it meant well. And unfortunately, he didn't listen. And then now, on the other hand. Oh, my bad. You got it, Honcho.
No, I was just saying. I mean, yeah, but that's a good thing. You brought up a good point because sometimes the unsolicited advice can be good. And I didn't really touch on that, but I'm glad you did. You know, and sometimes it depends on who you're trying to provide that advice to, and then you know it's reasonable. But then some people have those egos; they don't want to hear. But carry on with the rest of the story.
Oh yeah. So now the kind of advice that people gave me, which I didn't ask for, about who I should be fucking. Now, the first 5 years on that boat, I didn't fuck with anybody in the military. And I still haven't. I just don't get involved with coworkers. And I had all these other dudes, these dudes married, sleeping around. I had two females tell me, these two single mothers, telling me, I think you gay. You need to get with somebody. What's wrong with you? I was like, look. I said, I ain't blank on them, though. I ain't go off on these broads. Because I'm like, you going to hand me up and have me in charges for harassing the female, which came at me calling me gay and insulting my masculinity. I had dudes say the same shit. Now, majority of these guys, they're like, man, I'll just make sure you're all right, man. You're real stressed at work because I'm trying to work. This job is stressful, and our job within the Navy is very stressful. But some of these dudes, man, that would tell me something wrong with me if not trying to get some 18-year-old. I'm already in my late 20s when I first joined the Navy. Yeah. Oh, what happened to the woman, Shannon? She got promoted to petty officer after she did her little punishment. Yeah, she didn't get kicked out. The other niggas did, though. So I just give a little update to that part of the story. Thanks for reminding me. Now, as for these people telling me that something wrong with me for not trying to fuck anybody I see, two of these dudes were married. One dude cheated on his wife with some ugly ex-stripper that worked with us. And how I know, because he bragged about it, because men brag about who they fuck at work because they're stupid. Most men are stupid. So I ain't just getting on the females. Most of y'all niggas need to control your penises. Real shit. And I cover his ass when everything blows up. And to tie back to the thing about haters, come to find out, right after he leaves, before I leave that whole command, this dude was talking shit about me the whole time to our higher-ups, making me look stupid. Wow. And I saved his ass from getting kicked out. And I saved him because that's some dirty shit, man.
Listen, saying people are foul like that too. That's the fucked up thing about it too. It's just you have some foul motherfuckers like that. You stick your neck out for them, but the moment they have a chance to make you look bad, you know, they will jump on that shit and have them without no hesitation.
Oh, it was multiple times, man. That's what hurt. That shit hurt. That shit really hurt. Because I saved his ass. He got out of the military honorably, but he deserved that shit. Yeah. So that dumb bitch who was fucking, that ex-stripper, fugly bitch who was fucking. See, niggas got me heated, bro. Like, real talk, bro. Like, and then another dude who none of these guys insulting my masculinity because I don't sleep with 18-year-olds who just got out of high school. I like older women. Fuck that. Yeah. But anyway, this dude insulted me. The girl he was sleeping with on his wife, she sucked some other dude's dick, and then he snitched on both of them because he's butthurt about it. And it's like, this is just messy. Y'all messy as shit. Yeah. Leave that shit alone, bro. So I'm like, advice can be good or bad, unsolicited advice. In my case, I don't want to interfere in someone's life unless I see this shit about to go left. Now, some of these other motherfuckers worried about what I do with my penis. I find that unsolicited. Leave me the fuck alone. I'm doing my job. I'm not harassing y'all. I'm not yelling at one of y'all if y'all on some bullshit. And you might get in my shit about something, but I accept that. But I ain't worried about who y'all fucking. Just don't hem me up in it. Because I've been hemmed up in some shit, which I didn't do. But some other motherfucker did, but I was there. This shit's crazy, bro. The military's full of shit, bro. Real talk.
That's wild. And that's the sad part is that men these days are as messy as females. That's the sad part about it.
Yep. Oh, my God.
Man, that's tough.
Okay. I see. They get on me in the chat. I love it. Yeah, keep going. Keep saying that shit. I love it.
you know this damn chat is toxic, man. You can't trust these den folk. They foul. They'll turn on you in a second. They'll be rooting for you one second. They'll turn on you in the next second.
Hey man, I love it. I love it. Go ahead, just keep it going, man. Keep it going, man. But hey, look, Honcho, I know you got a little 10-minute rule popping, so I respect that, and I appreciate you letting me call in, man. Like I said, good and bad advice, and haters and naysayers. Naysayers, they're negative, but I think haters are way worse.
Yeah.
Way worse, because I've had haters shit on my name, and I basically saved this dude from losing his benefits the rest of his life. And it's insane how that works out.
Well, you know, hopefully, like I said, I don't know if you believe in karma or how any of that works. You know, hey, every dog gets his day, and so eventually, you know, and he'll wonder why. I said every dog gets his day, and he'll wonder why something bad happened to him in the long run. And he'll forget all of the whole ass shit that he did. But again, like I said, he'll get it. It'll come to him one day.
Nah, you know, see, the thing is, I don't want to worry about that anymore. I just tell that story, just look, fuck that dude and fuck most of the other fuck boys in the military and these idiot females out here. I move on my life, man. That's all I can do.
Yeah.
All you can do. And that's my recommendation. Everyone, to move on with your life, man. Don't let things in your past eat you the fuck up. Because I did that for years, and it didn't help me at all.
Now, that is great advice. Now, that is good advice, unsolicited or not. Trust me, that's something I had to learn myself, too. And it can wear you out, man. All right, damn, well,
move
man.
the fuck on.
I appreciate it, and I appreciate you calling in and sharing that with us and getting this party started off right, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Thanks a lot, Honcho.
All right, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
And shout out to Dan, man. Dan the man. So y'all be hating like, but Dan is legit. That's the legit thing, man, because that's the crazy motherfuckers will talk about. Females especially. Because you don't want to fuck with they motherfucking ass. You all of a sudden gay and you all this other shit. No, bitch, I just got better taste than you. Like, but motherfuckers be mad at you because you ain't fucking with them. That's the wild shit. But that's the first thing the bitch do is call you out your masculinity. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Viene nerviosón, mascando chicle. Ochoa lo encara. Venga, Memo. Venga, Memo. Venga, Memo. Memo. Ochoa la detiene. Venía nerviosón. Se trae.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm listening to a soccer match, a luchador match, or the most recent Democratic debate. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that came from right there. I am confused. So there's that. I don't know what that was all about, but yeah. So I don't know what just happened, but we'll rock with it. Now Shannon, you would Shannon. I love Miss Shannon. Miss Shannon might keep it a little too real, but I have not forgot. I will not ever forget Shawn Michaels, and I'm leaving it at that. I'm leaving it at that. That was the most surprising answer of an unexpected answer that you could have gave. So that is hilarious. Shout out to Miss Shannon. I give Miss Shannon a hard time, but I really do appreciate Miss Shannon because she is very open with the conversation. She is a very willing participant. I just give Miss Shannon a hard time just because she wants some of that sweet chin music. That's all it is. Who can fault her for that, right? Oh man. But man, what he said though about that, it's crazy though, because why is that, ladies? I would love for a woman to answer that. Why can't a man be on a job site or at a place of employment and because he's smart with what he does and he doesn't want to get involved, he doesn't want to be somebody's work husband or work boyfriend or whatever the fuck y'all call that shit. So he don't flirt with you little goofy chicks at work and he doesn't really tell his business and do things like that. All of a sudden, oh, well, you must be gay then because all of y'all bitches don't look good. I mean, that's all it is, right? That means that some of y'all might, because these other desperate niggas might be flirting with y'all and fucking with y'all because they are unhappy at home or whatever the fuck they got going on. But certain niggas is just not fucking with that shit. Like, why can't a man just have a different level of taste? I told y'all shit, when I was in high school, it was all of a sudden, I was faithful as far as anybody needs to be concerned, okay, as far as y'all are concerned, or anybody else at that point in time, to one chick, happened to be a white chick. All of a sudden, the rumor is, oh, he only dates white chicks, because I'm not running around trying to holler at every chick in every one of my classes and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, So because the one chick you've seen me with just happened to be white, now the assumption is I only date white chicks. You haven't seen me running around messing with no other ones or anybody else. It's just because the one chick that I was talking to happened to be white. So that's all I do is date white chicks. Like, women make some of the most outrageous assumptions. And the sad part about it is that men get involved in that shit too. And that's the crazy stuff about it. Men, y'all be encouraging these women to have these thoughts and these crazy beliefs. It's wild stuff happening there. It's all craziness. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
This evening is Bruno!
Redo, what's the motherfucking deal?
I'm on the train. I gotta be quick, too. You fucking goddamn 10-minute Nazis are all over the fucking place. I gotta fucking... Fuck! Fuck! Alright, I don't even know where to start. What are we talking about? Beating people with unsolicited advice?
Yes, yes.
So anything, okay, man, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, man.
So has anybody ever just gave you
What's
some
the
bad advice that you never asked for? Like maybe on the way you were choosing to live life or just kind of put their...
Probably fucking religious people. Those people piss me off. They're always preaching about some shit. And it's like, fuck you. Like, I don't give a fuck what you believe, but they're always like, there's always somebody that's like more religious, more holier than thou. You know what I mean? They're fucking better than you because they know more than you. God loves them more than you. And they're just like, fuck, you know. Those kind of people piss me off. Right? But anyway, that kind of shit pisses me off. Man, I drank hella beer before calling you up, bro. And it sucks because, fuck, I tried calling. I'm going to chug this real quick. Fuck, and I'm running out of time right now. It's almost 10 minutes. Fuck! Hold on, let me chug this real quick.
Chug. You got a shotgun that shit, man.
Yeah, full homie.
What are you drinking over there, brother? What kind of beer you drinking, man?
You don't want to know. It's the Miller High Life, some cheap ass fucking
Hey,
beer.
man, that's the champagne of beers. What do you mean? That's the champagne of beers right there.
Exactly. That's right. I'm richer than you motherfuckers. I'm drinking the champagne of beers. Fuck you guys. Let me tell you something, Honcho.
What's up,
Fuck. I'm running out of time. Now it's probably like, fuck. Now only like 5 minutes. Fuck.
You got like 7.5 minutes. You good? You got some time.
You got about 7 minutes.
You got 7 minutes. You got about 7 minutes. Yeah, you good?
Okay. All right. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. How did you feel? Okay. Well, I think, remember when Kamala Harris was talking shit about Joe Biden and she brought up the busing thing, she said, well, I was that person. You remember that scene, Honcho? Do you remember it?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. I think Joe Biden owned her.
Okay.
And check this out. It's because, check this out, this shit, I don't even like Joe Biden. Don't anybody think I do. But what he owned her, bro, like he fucking owned her because he was like, I became a defense attorney to protect people. I didn't become a prosecutor because she became a prosecutor. Like he was hitting on that fan base like the African, like, she's been locking you people up. She's locking you up. She's fucking horrible. But he owned her in that. I really do. I think he owned her. If you think, you know what I mean? Honcho, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, he had a good point there. No, I did catch that. He did finesse that in there nice and smooth because he tried to play the fucking what's that? The integration card.
And I didn't like how, and like I said, I don't like Joe Biden, but I don't like how it seemed like she was trying to bully an old man. Did it come across that way with you too? I was like, fuck you, bitch, leave him alone. He's an old man.
Yeah, she was
like
trying
the way
to.
I was like, fuck. Huh?
Yeah, see what it was, because Biden is the front runner. So what she's trying to do is position herself a certain way to look like she can take him out because she has a solid little fan base. But did you hear about what happened with Andrew Yang though? That they cut his mic off when he was trying to talk.
Yeah, he was legit though. He would be good, but they try to silence them.
Gang. They want to hear what they didn't want to hear what he had to say. They talking about, you go see the scene where you can see Joe Biden looking at him trying to hear what he's saying, and he's talking, his hands are moving and shit, but no sounds coming out the mic. But then that other chick on the other end, she was loud and clear. Like, so they were definitely trying to. They I don't put it past them because we saw what happened with Bernie last go round. I wouldn't be surprised they're trying to silence people this time. They're putting their favorite candidates right there in the front and center, and they're cutting off mics and doing all kind of other shit. I wouldn't be surprised they're trying to finesse the people they want to the front.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And it's just hella funny how he was trying to say, like, basically he was trying to signal, like, well, she's a prosecutor. She's enslaved black people, because she has, if you think about it. You could be like, she's enslaved black people where I've been a defense attorney and I haven't. You know what I mean? I think that makes him look better if you really think about it, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree because she's flipped the script and she's playing that role like she's the newfound savior of black people. And but when she's the one who's been mainly locking up, she's definitely locked up more than Joe Biden ever has. And then
hell yeah, he hasn't locked up anybody.
Exactly.
I'm not trying to defend him.
Well, I don't know. Let me be cautious with that because Joe did write that bill, so he had a hand in it, but direct.
I'm sure he did. He's government.
But as far as her having direct input on who goes where and what, definitely Kamala's the more questionable background and what she's all about. So there was a big argument they were having about her, and the chick, it was whether or not she was African American, and so this was actually on CNN that they were having this argument, and Don Lemon, Donnie Boy, of all people, was arguing that she wasn't. So the lady who was arguing with him tried to change the conversation from African American because he's like, well, she's Jamaican. That's not African American. That's different. Like she tried to change the whole argument from African American to just black, to try to fit her narrative. And so, Dirty Don, the dirtiest of Dons, actually kind of got over on that one. So it's like I said, people are saying,
I know, it's crazy as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, I wanted to talk about one more thing, Honcho, real quick before I run out of time. So I know those fucking Nazis are going to be bitching. But I want to say, okay, family matters. Because we were talking about family matters. Mm-hmm. And you're right. Okay. I apologize because I said it. I didn't think it was Eddie, but after looking it up, it was Eddie. He was Eddie Winslow. So
okay. Yeah.
I got to give you credit on Honcho. Okay. And I want to say one more thing. Waldo was the best character. He was better than Steve Urkel. Waldo was the fucking shit, bro. I fucking loved Waldo, bro. I think that's why they took him off the show, because he was an OG. And Urkel was probably like, get him off. And then Waldo was like, nah, man, I'm just chilling. Like, fucking asshole, bro. Waldo was way better of a character than fucking Urkel, bro. I fucking loved Waldo, man.
Oh,
and fucking... What was I going to say? Oh, wait. Yeah, because of Steve Urkel, I wrote that down. Okay. Yeah, I used to love Family Matters, but it started getting fucking stupid when Stefan became, like, a regular cast member. And he started, like, I don't know. Stefan always made me cringe. I didn't like him. He just made me fucking cringe. Like, I never liked that character. Right?
Yeah.
He sucked. I don't know. Did you feel that? Did you like him? I didn't. He just made me cringe. He was such a piece of shit.
No, definitely. Stefan was a weird addition, Like, the first time it was like, okay, cool. Steve Urkel gets to be cool for a little bit. He gets to, live on the other side of the fence. But then they did start kind of making it like, it started happening a couple of times. And then it started getting a little weird when they did try to have too much of the Stefan Urkel in the mix. So, yeah, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah. That sucks, man. Like, I love Family Matters, but you know what pissed me off, too, is one more thing I want to bring up before I get cut off, because I'm probably going to get cut off pretty soon. Myra! Steve Urkel's girlfriend was higher than Laura.
Yeah, Myra would have got the business.
Why was Steve complaining? She was fucking bomb. She had a huge-ass hooter. She was cuter than Laura. She was so fuckable, man. I want to fuck the shit out of fucking Myra. Steve girlfriend. Fuck you, Steve, you fucking bitch. Okay, second of all, Myra was hot.
Yeah.
and she wanted Steve's dick. But Steve was such a fucking pussy. He didn't want it. Like, he was always like, no, man, I want more. It's like, you fucking asshole. Look at this fucking bitch. She's the hottest fucking chick in the world, and you're a big fucking pussy. Fuck you, Steve Urkel. Okay, and then after that, it's Urkel is always bitching about Laura, but Myra... Wait, I think I talked about that. Yeah. Oh yeah. Urkel's always bitching about fucking Laura, but Myra's hotter.
Yeah.
And Laura hates him, thinks he's ugly. And Myra wants his fucking dick. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? This chick's hotter than fucking Laura. Laura's a piece of shit. She's not even fucking hot. Look at fucking Myra. She has big-ass fucking titties. She's a hot-ass fucking black chick. Oh, my God. I always wanted Myra. And, I just wanted to punch Urkel in the fucking head.
Okay. Well, Mr. Bretto, man, look, I feel you on that. I definitely would agree with you on that. But we didn't reach the 10-minute time, and I don't want the 10-minute Nazis.
Damn it! Fuck!
But I appreciate the call, Mr. Bretto, man.
God damn it, Honcho. You're the censorship police, but I owe you a thank you, my friend, because I do love you. I do love you.
Mr. Bretto, I feel the same to you. Shout out to Bretto, man, for always making the streams live and bringing some very energetic, opinionated.
Holler out to Bretto. Holler to Bretto. Because Bretto's coming back. He's not going away. I know some of you people are like, I don't know if he's going Man, Honcho, bro, we're the goddamn fuck! Ooh! I fucking man, oh man, dude, you guys are fucking awesome, bro.
Really, Bretto, man. But that's that, Bretto, man. Just holler at me. If it ain't nothing shaky, call back soon, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna call back soon, bro. You take it easy, Honcho. You take it easy. Everybody, I love you. Peace out, man. And oh man, no homo when I said fuck. I just meant like, yeah, we're homies. No, don't you take any fuck.
It's all good.
Take it easy, guys. I love you. Everybody. Bye-bye.
Already. Shout out to Bretto. Hey man, but you got a point there. I didn't know Myra was dead in real life. I saw some folks say that Myra was dead. Theo from the Cosby Show married Myra, so Myra's really dead? Or not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Judy, I may have heard about Judy being in a flick or two, you know. I wouldn't know if I've seen it. I seen them shits. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who we got called into the den this evening?
Oh, man, it's your boy Roman.
Roman, what's the motherfucking deal, Roman? What's on your mind about tonight's topic, man?
Man, number one. Man, that nigga never fails, bro. Oh, my God. I mean, let me tell you, you want to say living life on his level, that's what you need to be living, shit.
Hey, that's the way to live.
But,
you got to turn up all the time.
Man, that nigga turn up every time. Them beers is, man, I know he going Kowski in them hoes. But, hey, you only live life once, goddamn it. But I feel him, though. But before I go into the topic, it's one thing he said I agree with about the what happened at the debate. When I heard him talking, I heard you and him talking, I just realized this while I was thinking about it. Do you realize all the main candidates that really have a chance was predominantly in the front?
Yeah.
Think about it.
Absolutely.
Who was in the front in the first debate? Elizabeth Warren. Who was the front in the second debate? It was Biden. It was Bernie. It was Kamala. Everybody else was on the wayside.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So when I think about it, damn, they did do that. I just realized that, like, damn, they did pit everybody who actually has a chance in the front, and everybody who don't. Everybody else is wayside. But yeah, I agree with him on that. But okay. Okay, we're talking about people who give you unsolicited advice.
Yes.
Okay, man. Oh, I got some funny stories about them. I mean, I think any person has been given trash advice. Like, you know, you always go to a cookout and shit, I already know it's about to happen to me. This man coming up this Thursday on July 4th. You know, you always got the family. Always extended family. So that always has, you know, the uncles and aunties, the cousins, especially the older cousins. You know, not the cousins right age, most of the older cousins. That's more like, you know, they're your daddy or sister or mama cousins. Or you know, you all got people in the family that get drunk as shit. I already know, man. I got people, especially on my dad's side, and my mom for this. Man, you give them one beer or one liquor, any alcohol, nigga, it's out. They out of there. You know. Oh my God. I mean, I can't even think about some of the advice I have got, Honcho, bro. The shit is funny, bro. Oh man, hold up, man. Let me think. Let me think of something that I have got that was crazy, bro. Oh, okay. It's gonna make you laugh. Okay, so I got an uncle on my dad's side, right? And he so the thing is he a cool uncle, right? And this is in the country, so we're down somewhere in Louisiana. I forgot what part. And down there, nigga, they country, nigga. They drink moonshine and they create moonshine like this is from the goddamn prohibition era. Like they create that shit.
Okay.
So they drunk as hell. And, you know, I'm sitting there, I'm just in the seat, you know, just listening to them talk, you know, because they ain't really got no TV and shit. They older people, you know. So I'm listening to them talk. So he come talk to me, and he said, well, Roman, come here, I got to talk to you. I said, okay, man. Well, what you got to talk to me about, man? I ain't about to go into the whole story, but long story short, man, my uncle told me, fuck buying a car, I need to buy a damn horse.
What?
Yeah, he told me don't buy a car. You can ride everywhere on a horse. A horse, you don't have to pay no gas. Just ride a horse and get you anywhere you want to go.
Are you not gonna have to feed the horse?
Well, that's what I mean. I'm like, he was drunk as hell, so I wasn't even trying to explain that shit. But I'm thinking, what am I about to feed the horse? I mean, I know horses eat, you know, fruit and all, but like, what? Yes, man. So he's telling me, yeah, use a horse, don't use a car. I said, oh my God. And then, not just that, man, don't ever let your uncles or aunties try to talk to you about sex advice when they're drunk. I mean, nigga, you talk about some vulgar shit that got said and tried to say to me. Oh my God, it's just that shit's stupid, man. But that's just more me talking on like a funny family side. But when we talk about real unsolicited advice, man, people gonna give you bullshit every day. I mean, the thing about they want to see you fail, Honcho. Nobody wants to see you succeed. A couple people do, you know. But hell, even your family can be your worst enemy, which is sad. You know, people gonna give you the most bullshit advice to fuck you over. You know, a good example. Sports, these contracts. You know, you start listening to these family members. You start listening to all these agents, and you start thinking, oh, well, they're trying to do what's best for me. No, they're not. They're trying to grow their pockets. I mean, I say some family members or some people will really help because they care about you. But most people, they put you in fuck situations to take away money from your pocket, to where you weren't living like trash. You get what I mean? So what I mean by that is you gotta realize the advice they giving to you. Understand what learn how people's mannerisms, learn how they're saying it to you, when they're saying it to you, if you're at your lowest or your highest, and then research what they saying to you. They tell you do this, man. See if that works or that's not. And what I mean, I'm not just talking about money. I'm just talking about life in general. Like, people are going to try to give you the most bullshit. But this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. With this, is what you need to do. You know, no one that can benefit them or that's trying to hurt you. So just know, in life, niggas is always going to give you unsolicited advice or just trash advice. I think everybody has been on the tail end of one of them, man. But that's my call, Honcho.
All right, Roman. Well, I appreciate your call. We'll do the political thing a little bit another time, but I appreciate your call, man.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Honcho. I got actually one question, man.
All right, what you got?
One more question before I go, man. I know this is the den.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about the Rockets' moves right now, man?
What moves?
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Me and DeMarcus was going at it in the den. That's in the den chat, bro. So I just want to see what you feel, man. But that's my call, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, appreciate your call then.
Man, anytime.
Already. So, note not to go to the cookout in Louisiana with Roman's people to make sure I don't get convinced into buying a horse. Already, gotcha. And shout out to Nana Diana. I just saw what you said there. Shout out to Nana Diana. Shout out to Miss K Grace too. I appreciate that. And again, sometimes y'all, hey, words of encouragement, motivation, and things like that, they go a very long way. And I appreciate those things. Sometimes that is good unsolicited advice from those who share, and I do appreciate those things. And here's something I talk about a lot. Well, often. I haven't said it as much, but I always welcome constructive criticism. And there's this, I got to reply to somebody. But I always welcome constructive criticism because sometimes it's good to have an outside set of eyes. But I think that's solicited. You're requesting, hey, what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? Hey, take a look at this and tell me how you feel about this. What would you change? What would you do? But I think also it matters. It can be somebody that you have, that you hold in high regard. But the opinion in which they're giving you may not necessarily be their expertise. It may not necessarily, they may have a different vision than you. So certain times you have to make sure the people you're asking for advice or opinions or whatever it may be, that you kind of have an understanding of where you're going with this. You have an understanding of what you're trying to accomplish or whatever it may be. Like I said, it could be a million different things. You've seen people go into business with partners and they had one vision, the partner had a different vision, and next thing you know, it could be a business you started, and somehow, next thing you know, a board of directors didn't booted your motherfucking ass out of your own shit. A la Papa John's. Papa John did nothing wrong. Okay? I stopped eating Papa John's when they kicked my boy off the board, man. When they got rid of him, I'm still boy, niggas was mad. Motherfuckers was mad at me. When that little Papa John's controversy was going on, I was killing the Papa John's. As soon as they got rid of them, fuck it, I'm going back to Pizza Hut. Y'all did my boy bad, man. I might have deleted the picture. I know I had a fucking, I had a Papa John's on my shit. Last football, shit. No, they changed it last football, so it might have been the one maybe a little bit prior to that. I was fucking some Papa John's up. I ain't even that big of a Papa John's fan. I don't care what y'all say. I was eating that shit just to troll motherfuckers. And Papa John's is better than the other pizzas. I don't care what nobody says. The fucking little garlic dip that come with it, man, y'all tripping. Certified. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got called into the den this evening?
What's going on, Honcho? This is your boy, Man Up here.
Man Up. What's the motherfucking deal, Man Up? What's on your mind this evening, man?
Man, I wanted to say, let me turn my TV down. You might get an echo. Hold on for a sec. Sorry. Okay. Now, I wanted to speak on that Papa John stuff too, man, because I used to say the same thing. Because they played that, certain media things played that conference call that he was on. Yeah. He didn't say nothing. Well, I didn't think he said anything wrong. No. He said that he said that he didn't want Kanye West in his commercials because Kanye West used the N-word. Yeah. So he actually said it, but he wasn't calling nobody the N-word. He just said that Kanye West uses it. Yeah. So I was just like, when a lot of people got mad and all that stuff, I was like, okay, one said, oh, he racist. How's he racist? This is what, I even played it for a few people. I said, how is that racist? Yeah. But, everybody has their opinion, and I'm not trying to tell nobody what to think, what to say, whatever. But my personal opinion is, I don't think nothing was wrong with it. But, it ain't my business, He had got some sponsorships, sponsors, they will take over your business. If they feel like they can kick you off, they will just do just that because they put their time and their money and effort into it as well, into your business. Mm-hmm. Even though he started at Pizza Hut and then started his own thing. Yeah. So
and that's what I say, because he actually has a great story, because he started off as a young dude. And that's why I say I respect the grind. I may not be on the 100% same page with certain people's beliefs and ideas, but you can't take away a person's grind. And that man started with I think a little rinky-dink food chain and built it up into what it is. He built an empire And I gotta respect that. Like as a person who I like entrepreneurship, I like seeing business owners, people who came from nothing to something, who built it by their own hands. You have to commend that, and so it is what it is. Though.
That's true. And a lot of people used to say because he had non-black people in his commercials at first, they want to say, "Oh, see, that's when he was racist." And I was like, you know what? Everybody can point out certain things, but at the end of the day, everybody's going to have their own opinion about you and whatever it is that you're doing. Now, I didn't personally think he was racist. After I heard what happened, even certain platforms, I heard the conference call. I was just like, "What? That ain't racist. He didn't say nothing crazy off the wall like our president be saying." You know what I'm saying? Now that's some racist shit, but he didn't say nothing like that. So it is what it is. So, but I just wanted to speak on that because you were just talking about that for a moment, man. I was like, a lot of this stuff, I will admit when I cannot when thing won't come to my head right now. The Texans owner that just passed when he said that crazy stuff. Yeah, McNair. When he said that stuff, I will admit at first I got upset, but then after I heard everything that happened, I said, "Wait a minute, that's an old expression my grandma used to say back in the day." I was like, yeah, whatever, man. That ain't racist. So, but, everybody has their thoughts and their beliefs and stuff like that in this crazy world, you know what I'm saying, without actually sitting down and paying attention to what's going on around the comments or the actions of certain people that just hear the comments or see the actions and just want to pop out and say, and then just pop out and have an opinion about it, excuse me. But it is what it is, everybody, entitled to their thoughts and their beliefs and all that, so I'm not trying to change that, but I just put in my 2 cents on, on what I thought about that Parmesan, so.
Yeah, but we live in a day and age where everybody's so hypersensitive, it is super funny. Because if you're looking for something, you can twist anything anybody says into something offensive if you really try hard enough. It goes back like the little LeVar Ball situation just from the other day, or whatever. The Cam Newton situation. This man, and that's like I say, that was racist to some people because the man wouldn't give up his seat because he was offered $1,500, which wasn't even covering the price of the damn seat. Like, people will find a reason to find anything to be racist. If you're looking hard enough, you can find something racist if you want it to be. Like, but that's the problem. That shows. I think that's people's mentality more so than the people that they're accusing. You know what I mean? And that's the problem.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you because I used to have that mentality until you sit back and you just use your brain. The one gift that is so powerful that you have. My personal opinion, besides time and life, your brain is so powerful. You sit back and you think and you use it and really focus on certain things. You know what I'm saying? You might have a different outcome on what you thought was wrong. I mean, it might still be wrong in your eyes, but it might not be as bad or it might not be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it just really depends on people, opinions on certain things, or what opinions on, depends on, you know what I'm saying, if you want to, just sit back, or you just want to take somebody else's opinion. Like if you hear somebody else say, "Oh, that person racist," then you might just start thinking it without even, doing your own thing. So that's all I'm saying is that, sometimes I think when besides just going off a non-black person using the N-word does not always mean that they are racist. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it falls down to. People just sitting here saying just because they're not black, they use the N-word, they're racist. If you paid attention to what Papa John actually said, he said he don't want Kanye West in his commercials because Kanye West uses the N-word. Tell me how racist that is. That was his exact words. So tell me how racist that is. No, he could have got MC Hammer. MC Hammer never used the N-word in his song.
MC Hammer would have happily done the typewriter in a Papa John's commercials. Call him now, he'll still do it, goddamn. So
yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He just came out and he just spoke the truth. Yeah. He didn't say nothing crazy. He didn't say, "I don't want that N-word in my commercial." No, he didn't say it like that. Yeah. He didn't say that. You know what I'm saying? He just came out and said that Kanye West uses the N-word. That's it. But anyway, I ain't gonna have run on too long, man. I just want to, just call in because you were talking about the Papa John, and I always have my opinions on that. And I just want to share that with everybody, with you and everybody else, man. But I appreciate you, man, and I'll holler at you.
All right, appreciate the call, that man up.
All right, have a good one now.
All right, you too. While y'all bullshitting, I'm gonna go eat me a Papa John's pizza tomorrow. Well, it's probably closed now. But he ain't on board no more, so that's why I can't eat tomorrow. But that's super funny though, because there was a lot of motherfuckers talking about Papa John's racist, but y'all ain't say nothing about J.J. Watt owning like 50 of them hoes. Yeah, look, I don't give a fuck about this shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I just don't have time to give. Now, if it's a situation where someone's life is at stake and it's because of a situation, and I'll say, hey, that's a racist situation, I will call it that. But it's certain stuff that I don't know what previous and prior experiences people have had and this, like, and that, and the third. But I mean, I can't live. And this is from somebody, again, like I said, I've had experiences with law enforcement that have been racial. One time I got pulled over with one of my partners, and the only dude, like I tell you, my homeboy, he's Hispanic, but he looks white. The cop tried to pull him to the back of the car. I know there's drugs in there. Just tell me where it's at, and we'll let you go. The motherfucker didn't find nothing, didn't have nothing on us, but tried to talk crazy to the rest of us, But it is what it is. But I'll finish that in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Belle, how are you?
Miss Belle, I'm excellent now that you have called in this evening. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing all right. As a matter of fact, I got a comment on Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What an ass. He's my hometown boy because I'm from North Carolina, but let me tell you, he was acting more out of privilege than it had anything to do with racism. Because had it been a white businessman and it turned around that it was a black person sitting there or an Asian person sitting there, they would have said the same thing to him. They would have told him to go pound sand.
Yeah.
So a lot of that was just politics, and that's just a news feed. As far as the question of the night was about unsolicited advice, there's a lot of it. Sometimes when you seek it out from what you think might be a mentor, you have to be careful because sometimes there's politics played in that too. Decades ago, I worked with a bunch of women, and one of the girls was a coworker, and I was talking about going back to school. Come to find out later on, I would have been their boss. And so they deterred the fact of me going back to school. I didn't go back for different reasons, but I did go back, but in a different area. But the thing is sometimes you have to be careful about who you're asking because they might not be out there to do you right anyway. Because it's something that they'll lose or they'll not be able to gain from your benefiting. So they'll steer you in a wrong direction just to push you off. And I wouldn't call that haters. I would call it more, it comes from a place of jealousy. Like I said earlier in the den, haters are just, they're primaried and rooted in their own jealousy of somebody else making it better for themselves. And as far as work husbands go, I think it's great. I had a work husband. He was not straight, and it worked out great for both of us. And as I said earlier in the thing, don't shit where you eat. I only once ever dated somebody I worked with, and it was one date, and that was it. We went back to work, and it was platonic for the rest of the contract.
Yeah, yeah, that's not the move.
Nope, and especially in, who was it that was talking about it earlier, especially in the military?
Yeah,
whole careers have been ruined, and it's not just the women who play dirty. Men are just as bad. I worked on a Navy base for 2 years. I saw a lot of shit. And it wasn't always the women. They didn't get away with it as much as you think they do because it just depends on what the ranks are. That has a lot to do with it. But anyway, that's pretty much my spiel for tonight. And shout out to all of you because I probably won't get to listen during the daytime because of the change of the time. It's just prime time and things that I'm doing.
Okay.
But I'll definitely be with y'all at night.
Okay, well, we'll be looking forward to it because I always anticipate hearing from Miss Bell. But maybe well, I don't know if you can watch. Maybe I'm gonna try to figure out a way that I can put it on the podcast live too. So for folks who may not be able to watch it, you just can listen. I'll figure it all out here eventually. Still working out a couple of wrinkles, but we'll get it all together. But it's
One
always good.
piece of unsolicited advice, and I just saw this through somebody that has an Instagram. They do what do they call it? They have videos on Instagram. They can do Patreon through Instagram. And I don't know if that's an option for you or not, but I wanted to throw that out there.
Okay, that's interesting. Let me look at that. Let me definitely.
Sure, I'm not out there to hurt you. All I want to do is help, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Okay, well, I appreciate you for sharing that with me. I definitely need to look into that.
Sure.
All right. Well, shout out to Miss
All right.
Bell, and I appreciate you calling in tonight.
And everybody have a good week, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right, good deal.
All right.
Shout out to Miss Bell. I like Miss Bell, especially for shitting on Cam Newton. Fuck Cam Newton, goddammit. Any other time, yeah, all right, we got to play y'all this season, so fuck Cam Newton. Deshaun Watson is better. Gay work husband, how did that work out? And yeah, we got to come back to that, too, that topic of dating on the job. That'll definitely get you in some trouble. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
It's Shannon.
Okay, Miss Shannon, how you doing, Miss Shannon? How are you feeling, Miss Shannon?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Okay, well, tell us what's on your mind this evening.
Unsolicited advice, huh?
Yes.
Well, for me, I would be the one giving the unsolicited advice.
And who do you give this advice to?
I give it to whoever is talking to me. Like, I don't know what it is about me. But for some reason, when I meet people in person or I just shake their hand or say hi, ask how they doing, they will tell me their whole life story or tell me in detail the situation they're in. So I'll give them my advice to the best of my ability to try to help them out. So when I give them my advice and they ignore it and the situation goes bad and they tell me I'm right, they should listen to me. I'm like, then why would you ask me for my advice if you were never going to listen to me in the first place?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You know what they call those kind of people?
What?
Assholes. They'll ask you something but have no intention of using the advice. They're kind of like an asshole, but that ask questions, so they call them assholes. And they're terrible people.
Yeah.
They're very terrible people.
Or they ask me for help with a situation, and when I try to help them, they don't exactly take my help, but after begging me and asking me to help out.
So when they do a situation like that, does that make you want to assist them again, or do you kind of avoid them if they ever come back for advice or assistance?
It makes me not want to help them again. It makes me not want to give them my advice. It actually makes me want to stay quiet when they actually are telling me something and asking me something.
Okay.
And then as for the naysayers, that's a tough one because most of my naysayers have always been certain family members that, like I said, I keep those particular family members at a star.
And what kind of family members? Would it be family members that try to take you to surprise attack innocent men for no reason whatsoever? Would that be those kind of family members?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Because that whole side of the family is just messy because they praise the people on the side that are doing the wrong. They give them the praise and everything, and they act like, okay, such and such is on drugs, or they've been locked up, they went to jail, or they got kids they ain't take care of. Oh, you're such a great person.
Okay. So what about
and I especially avoid my female cousins because they be trying to ask me when am I gonna have babies.
Man, you know what? I'm glad that you said that. I'm glad you said that, man. Now, I've had some long-term encounters in my day, and that is a question that I hate. You know, people want to put that undue burden on you because they're bored. When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? When are you going to do this and do that? Especially like I told you, I know.
Oh my God! Look,
So,
my female cousins have multiple kids by different men, and when shit doesn't work out with their boyfriends / baby daddies, they move back in with their parents. So my ass has always been taught that if I barely can afford to take care of myself, or can't afford to have a kid at the moment, don't have it. I've been taught that. That's why I don't have any kids yet. That's why I got my oops, I'm pregnant by accident emergency fund.
Okay. I don't even want to know what that's all about. I'm not gonna ask or offer any unsolicited advice in that situation. I'm gonna listen to that one ride.
Because the point is, I'm trying to save up my money so I can buy a house one day. I'm trying to save up my money to go somewhere and have my own, not rent an apartment, have my own house. And they're busy having kids and saying they're not going to stop having kids until they're a certain age.
That's terrible.
None of them have been married.
No, I believe it.
So I do not take their advice because it's terrible advice. Because they end up moving back home with their parents, and their parents ended up having to support them and having to help them out, and they're working dead-end jobs. And
So,
I go to school for damn near an eternity I dibble and dabble in everything at school, trying to learn different things.
So you
because I enjoy it, and I'm trying to go further with it.
You're taking a liberal arts degree over there. So hey, Texas is affordable. You should move down to Texas, get your house down here in Texas, and we'll get all the den folk to meet up, and we'll throw a big party at Shannon's house, and it'll be like a housewarming party. And we'll just turn up. I think that's a great idea. I agree with it. You agree with it, so we're gonna make that happen. All right, good deal. Shout out to Honcho for that one.
Yeah, so I don't take advice from that side of the family because it's just poor advice.
Okay.
So I stick to what I'm doing. I'm saving, working hard, busting my ass at school, busting my ass at work, and saving up my money for what I'm trying to accomplish.
Okay.
So when it comes time that I'm ready to settle down, ready to have kids, I'll be prepared for it.
So how old do you think you're going to be when you're ready to settle down?
I don't even know. To tell you the truth, I really don't even know. But if it happens somewhere in between before I'm ready for it, because accidents do happen, that's where the oops, I'm pregnant by accident fund comes in.
Okay.
And I'm still covered because I got plenty of money saved up.
Oh, okay. You like plies. That's like plies. I got plenty in mine. All right. Just tell me where you keep your stash, and I'm going to come by and just holler at you. We can eat some tetrazzini, and we can talk about...
I've been taught that
anime.
because my grandma said that anything can happen to that man in your life. If he's a piece of shit, he might leave you to raise a kid on your own. If he's a good man, he might die tomorrow. She said this because her husband was military and stuff, and he had been fighting in some wars. So her advice was always be prepared if something was to happen to him. That's me.
Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Yes, you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I don't know. I don't really have anything. What's the worst piece of unsolicited advice that you've ever received? Not that you've given, but you've ever received from someone.
Oh, God. That I've ever received from someone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a hard one. I say the worst one would be... You know what? I'm going to have to get back to you on that one because there's so many of them, and I'm going to have to think of which one is the absolute worst. Because they are all pretty bad.
That's tough.
So it's a tough question to ask.
Okay. Well, when you figure that out, I definitely want you to let me know on that, because I think that'll be a very interesting. I know you have some tales to share, so I would definitely love to hear how you handled that information.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, Miss Shannon. Okay, everybody, make sure we're gonna have a party at Shannon's house when she gets her house. We're gonna have a Tetrazzini potluck, so everybody brings their own version of Tetrazzini, and it's gonna go down. So I'm gonna bring some taco vodka. It's gonna be a party. Alrighty, Miss Shannon, I appreciate your call, man.
Thank you.
No, you're
Bye.
Bye. Taco vodka is terrible. But hey, when you're a broke college kid, you do what you gotta do, babe. I have to speak on a. Let me pull this back up, because that was a very interesting comment that came up here in just a second. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we have calling in to the den this evening?
Rise up. As always.
You sound like you need to rise up. You sound like you're tired.
No. We'll rise and we'll rise up.
Rise up. That sounds like an old slave spiritual or something.
No, it don't sound like. No, it don't.
How's that
about my team? I don't give a damn what you say.
How's that a slogan for a team? Rise
Coming
up.
from a Texas fan. Why are you not a Cowboys fan?
What the fuck?
You from Houston?
Yeah.
You from Houston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Who wants to be a...
I'm just asking
Stop with the shenanigans. Stop with the shenanigans.
My head off.
You over here trying to get offensive. Now, we've had lots of conversations in the den, okay? Now,
everybody I know is a Cowboy fan.
Yeah, but you talking about most of the people you know is unidentifiable transgenders and stuff. That's why they Cowboys fans, because they weird. They own it up. I'm just saying, man. Man, look, Jack.
But just saying, the bandwagons.
Yeah, that's the biggest bandwagon in the nation. I mean, it is what it is. People,
And the year y'all was we were far in the playoffs not too long ago. I can't remember what year it was, but all of a sudden, all these Texas fans, y'all shit y'all ass down.
No, yeah, it's a lot of them. It's a lot of them too, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. The Texas fan base is a very awkward thing. And I ain't even gonna get into it. There's probably more J.J. Watt fans than actual Texans fans.
I know. I see. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you what. Them Cleveland Brown fans, I know a whole bunch of them, some real ones. Look, they ain't did shit in years. But I know some real Cleveland Brown fans, a lot of them too. But anyway, we're gonna get off that.
Yeah. Okay.
So you was talking about Papa John's earlier, but I'm gonna bring up this instance first.
Okay.
Everybody's talking about stop buying Jordans. Don't buy Jordans. I was like, cool, bitch, let me tell you something. That's all I wear, first of all, because they last long, and I wear little boy size, and I ain't got to pay all that money, and I like Jordan, so I ain't finna stop wearing shit, and I ain't finna stop buying shit. Y'all can't tell me what to do. First of all, people gonna say what they gonna say. In every store you walk in, don't let me say every store. Every business you walk in, you don't know what that owner think about black folk, white folk, Chinese folks. You don't know. You're still gonna spend your money. And when that happened with Papa John's, let me tell you something. I hated it for the man, but Lord, I was getting some great coupons, and man, I was tearing their ass. Because Papa John's is less than a mile from me, so I was tearing that shit down. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Them banana peppers and that garlic butter.
You heard me?
Y'all go ahead on with that shit. So anyway, it's regardless. People have opinions of other people. You sitting out here buying. Okay, example, T.I. and what's that, Gucci?
Yeah.
You don't want nobody to wear Gucci no more. See, he can afford to throw away his wife's whole closet full of Gucci and his. Man, fuck that. If I already got it, I'm keeping it and I'm gonna wear it. You can't tell me what to do because first of all, you can't control people in this world. You can tell me what you want to tell me. You can give me unsolicited advice. You can give me great advice. I listen to all of it. Now, what I follow is me as a person. What I believe is me as a person. Can't nobody make me believe shit I don't want to believe. I'm not blind. I see what's going on. But when you're talking about these businesses and stop shopping at these businesses and this and that, man, let me tell you something. Your local Starbucks, your local Krispy Kreme, your local McDonald's, they might be ran by the KKK. Who knows? But who gives a fuck? As long as you don't poison my shit, I don't care. I don't care because you're going to spend your money anyway. You see what I mean? Like, you're going to spend your money anyway. You don't know how people feel. It just so happens that you having a private conversation with somebody. So they want to say 10 minutes of fame, so they're going to leak what you say, your information. You think that's the first time we heard being called nigga? Come on, man.
But did he really? I mean, so like Man Up Collar said, so he said that he used the word. So was it wrong for him just to use it when he's expressing his thoughts, or was it more so because it's not like he addressed somebody with it? So is it wrong for him just to say it? Should he have been ostracized for that because he's expressing his thought? Because he's basically saying he doesn't want somebody who uses that word promoting his brand, even though he used it to explain that. Is he wrong for that?
No. Remember the conversation we had when we was talking about one of your things ago, and I said, we continue to use the word around them, okay? So if you continue to use the word around them and then want to punch them in the face when they turn around and use it, because I don't use it in front of certain groups of people. I just don't. I don't use it like that. I don't use it because if I use it, how can I turn around and get mad when you use it? I don't know what he meant by it, Honcho, and it doesn't really even matter. Because if he's saying, okay, Kanye West said, and I'm sure it's his PR person, they got people that's speaking for them. They telling you what to say, which is fine. It doesn't matter. He probably say it on a daily basis with his friends. Who knows? Around the fucking burning cross. Who knows? But when we continue to say it out loud in front of them and expect them not to say it, come on now. What y'all doing here? Okay? You just making, and I'm not saying by far there's no racial profiling going on, because we know there is. We know there is. It's been since the beginning of time. So don't, act like it's not there, because it's there. But what I'm saying is this. Like, that man said it. And he explained why he said it, which I didn't give a fuck, because I'm still eating Papa John. I'm going to still eat it. And, I took advantage of it when everybody stopped eating it because, shit, they had some deals out this world, Jesus. But it is what it is. Because you got, regardless of what he said, you got people that got jobs. You got managers. You got people taking care of their family because of this restaurant. You feel me?
Yeah.
So, shit.
I agree.
Your local people are working there. Your local teenagers are trying to get their caps and gowns, their prom dresses, and this and that. They're working there. So I always shop locally. So regardless of what this man said, this is something we can't stop. This is something we're not going to stop. But my thing is, stop saying it around them if you don't want them to say it. That's always been my stance. If you don't want them to say it, stop saying it around them. But I'm always take care of my neighborhood.
I think that's a big thing, because I agree with 1676. Cancel culture is a dangerous slope. People are always quick to want to cancel something, but you're not thinking about the people who are involved in this, who are, like you said, it kind of trickles down to the independent owners of some of these stores. They're not him. They can't control what he said. Like you said, they're giving people jobs. They're trying to just stay in business, feed their own families and things like that. It can be tough. And again, so you're taking it out. You're looking at one person when you're really doing more damage to a lot of other people when you're trying to cancel these things. Now, the T.I. thing, man, T.I., I don't even want to get into, like, when rappers get old and irrelevant, they all of a sudden all become activists. Like, I don't got shit for that. Like, T.I. promoted a whole different agenda for so long, and then now that, he's not as relevant to the kids, the music ain't selling to me like that. Now the cool thing to me, or where all the attention is now, is being an activist. Like, he lost a lot of my favor with the whole Lil Wayne and Kanye thing. Like, you talk about gangster this, gangster that. You have these men's phone numbers. Why are you jumping on social media to blast these men? You should call them up and say, hey, this is what it is, and then whatever we spoke about is our business. I address my issues with them, and I leave it like that. Like, but you running straight to social media, that's not gangster shit. Like, you running straight to the Instagram to type these fucking novels about motherfuckers. Like, you have these people's phone numbers. Call them and express that with them and leave that shit out of the public. But again, like, to me, he done got old and is like doing some old clout chasing. I'm not a fan. And that's not to say I didn't like trap music and couple other little albums he had. You know, I used to jam shit out them hoes. But as of now, like the latest, I couldn't tell you the last thing I heard from T.I. And I'm not denying his talent as an artist, but I just really can't rock with him no more. After a couple of those little incidents, it's like, I don't know, buddy. You sounding like the same niggas you talking bad about, you know, with some of the shit that you're doing.
Yeah, a lot of people feel like that, but I'm a big fan of T.I. and so I'm gonna still be a big fan. Like that's the whole thing with the advice thing, you know, personal opinions. Like I don't listen to his advice. I like him as an artist. So, you know, he's on my top list as an artist. But, you know, when he be talking about that stuff and doing that, one time I was on his live and I was like, don't you got their number? Why won't you call him? You know, he could address me. I guess he could see my comment because, you know, he like to cuss folks out. But still, it's just like, to me, like, it's just this social media thing is just going too far. Like, and you got these vulnerable people listening. You know what I mean? Like, you got these vulnerable people listening. Like I said, when you decide to have a boycott against, okay, we're going to still use Papa John's. Now, my local Papa John's, I see the people that work there. Like a couple of my neighbors, they parents can't afford for them to go to the prom. These kids are out there trying to work. Even adults trying to feed their family. They didn't per se say it. Yeah. Even if he did mean malicious, even if he said the nigga with the ER and told us porch monkeys or whatever, that still don't have anything to do with your local people that's working trying to feed their family. No. That's just my opinion. Now, you can do what you want to do. If you want to boycott it, whatever. But can't nobody influence me to do anything when I see the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is these people at this corner, at this Papa John's is trying to feed their family. It had nothing to do with me. And I like Papa John's. Now, if you just don't like him. You don't eat it anyway. But you want to make a comment just to be seen and heard. But me, I like it. And when they start sending them coupon shit, instead of pizza once a night, we had pizza twice a night.
Well, yeah,
we did it.
I was fucking with it. I don't care what nobody. That barbecue or like a Hawaiian barbecue, some kind of little deal they got. This is a damn good ass pizza. I don't give a fuck with nobody. See, I tried to replicate that somewhere else. It just wasn't quite the same. You know what I'm saying?
My daughter liked that Hawaiian pizza, but you know, and I would go in there and I would greet them and I would say thank y'all for being nice and thank you for your service because they had nothing to do with what that man said, the emails or anything like that. I'm gonna still support my neighborhood. Now, that's not to say that I won't support him for a reason, but I just haven't found a big enough reason when I know it's out there. Everybody knows it's out there. If you don't know what the owner feels about you, they never come out and say it. You're still spending your money in there.
Yeah, here's the thing. So what is and look, before the 10-minute Nazis come on, I see it. So we're gonna wind up in a second, but I got one thing to add to this. So what's the difference between somebody who may feel about a certain way racially or you shopping at one of your local people and they talking bad about you too and they know you from the neighborhood? So what is the difference? If people gonna talk bad about you, they gonna talk bad about you. So what is the difference?
Your family talk bad about you. You still go around to their damn barbecues, taking and fronting.
Unless they from Kansas City.
I just don't care what people say about me. See, that's my thing. I don't give a shit what you say about me. As long as you're not hurting me, you're not trying to harm me or mine or my family, you can say what the fuck you want to say. Because I'm going to spend my money where I want to spend my money. Nobody control me where I spend my money. Nobody can. Nobody. So you can say what you want. Now, I'm not just saying there's something that I flat out won't stand for. Like I said, I've been out there on the lines when stuff was bad, when I think it was absolutely wrong. But you can't tell me what to do with my life and my money. You can't tell me where to spend my money. And you're not going to call me a coon because I still use Papa John's. And you're not going to call me a coon because I'm still wearing my Jordans because that's all I'm going to wear. That's the best thing for my feet. They last long, and Lord, I like them.
So but can you play basketball, though? That's where I'm going to judge you. Can you play? Do you have a crossover?
I did play basketball in high school.
No. When the last time you shot some hoops?
I'm not professional.
When the last time you shot some hoops? When the last time you shoot the J? When's the last time you shot the J?
Oh, I got a basketball goal, me and my nephews.
Okay,
Saturday, yesterday. Yesterday.
We gonna see. Okay.
Basketball goal. So hey.
Okay. All right, Miss Lee. Well, look, I'm gonna have to cut you short here, so don't everybody get on my ass. But I appreciate you calling in and sharing that.
All right.
Thank you for calling.
All right, let somebody get in. Holla at you.
Bye. You know, I had to find out to see if she, if she had look. If she still got the crossover, I'm gonna let her make it, man. I'm gonna let her make it. I can't talk shit 'cause I couldn't tell you last time I shot some hoops. Goddamn. Man, my old lady was talking shit to me the other day because I told her I could still dunk. She really thought that shit was funny. I was like, man, look, I'll go out here and then blow out one of these knees just to prove you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Look, I can still get up there. I can get up there one good time. I got one good time in me. I might not jump for the rest of my life after that, but I got one good time in me. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling into the den this evening?
Ashley.
Miss Ashley, how are you doing this evening?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am pretty good. I have no complaints. Life is good. So what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Just that if you don't want their advice or if you don't think it's good advice, then just tell them to stop. Unless it's like your parent.
But what can parents give bad advice too? Sometimes there's a generational gap in what they understand and how, the world has changed. Do you think parents give bad advice from time to time?
Usually.
Okay. What's the worst piece of advice you've ever gotten from someone?
I mean, I don't know that I should. I don't know. I don't really get good advice or from anybody, and I don't really take anybody's advice.
Okay, nothing wrong
like
with that. Nothing wrong with that. Okay. So, does anybody ever try to offer you advice? I know you have your own business and things. Does anybody ever try to give you suggestions on how you should run your business?
All the time.
Okay. And how do you handle that?
I don't listen.
Just got a bad attitude and don't listen. Okay. So is it people who aren't even really, who do you think you get more of this, people who try to give you business advice? Is it people who don't even have their own business? Is it other people who may have a business, or is it customers? Like, who is it that is trying to give you this advice?
Not even like with my business. Like I don't take advice. So people just know not to offer me stuff like that. Like advice on my business. Like they know I'm not going to take it seriously. So it's just generally pointers or strong suggestions. But mainly it's my best friend. He gives me the worst fucking advice. Like with everything.
And what's so bad about your best friend's advice?
Just like we're like exact opposite. So like whenever she tells me something, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, you should get a cat." Like I fucking hate cats. But then she's like, talking to my kid in the background. She's like, "Oh yeah, your mom's gonna get you a cat." Then I have this cat I don't want.
So you have a cat now?
Yeah, I do.
Where did the cat come from?
Somebody gave it to me, but I had to get one because my kid was asking about it for like months because she kept mentioning it.
So she set you up
and
with
she
the
tried to
okie
guilt
doke.
trip me. Huh?
So she set you up for the okie doke and planted a cat on you, basically.
Pretty much.
That's fucked up. I'll be making her buy cat food all the time. Like, you did this to me. That's fucked up. So now you have a cat. That is tough. Man, that's tough. Have you ever tried to like lose the cat on accident and say it ran away?
Gosh, I don't know. I would feel bad. Like I would like think about it and feel bad. So no.
No. I mean, cats run away. It happens. They do that kind of thing. Sometimes willingly, sometimes unwillingly. Yeah, that's tough. What kind of cat is it? What color is the cat?
It's gray.
Okay.
Just like a little, I don't know what they call it, like a little orange and gray cat.
Okay. I guess it's not too bad. That's a tolerable cat. Cats can be terrible. They fuck shit up. I'm not a cat person. I can't stand them.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they're terrible. It's okay. Okay. So your best friend gives you bad advice, planted a cat on you. How did you become best friends with this person?
So we met in school, in elementary, and we're still friends.
Oh, that's a story you like to hear. You don't hear a lot of those stories too often. People grow up and grow apart.
Huh.
We're
still friends.
What is the cat's name?
It's just Cat.
Just Cat. Oh well. That shows commitment to the feline. You ain't even named the cat. Just give him an old generic ass name. Just cat. That's fucked up. Okay.
I didn't like the cat.
Okay. Well, nothing wrong with that. So when it comes to advice, do you offer other people advice? I know you say you don't take advice, but do you ever offer your advice?
I do.
Okay. Okay. What type of situations do you offer advice in?
You know what's terrible? It's like sometimes I just like to see what's going to happen, so I'll just say whatever.
That's bad.
With no consideration, which is awful, but sometimes I do just because I like to see what'll happen.
You know, they say some people just want to watch the world burn.
No.
I mean, that might be what it is. So, in a situation like that where you just said some anything, and what is the worst outcome from a situation like that where you just kind of gave some random ass advice?
Well, this one girl was asking me, like, dating advice, so I'm like, oh, yeah, you should date this guy. And she ended up dating him for, like, a year and a half, and it was a horrible situation.
That's terrible.
But I could see that. But she kept bothering me.
That's tough. That's tough.
Like, this guy was, like, a whole crackhead, you know. Like, not like an actual crackhead, but I think he did something.
So she didn't see so we won't call him a crackhead, but we will say that he was crackish. So she didn't see the crackishness?
He may or may not have been a crack enthusiast. I don't know.
That's tough. That's tough. I knew a chick who said she tried crack, and then she had to try it again to make sure she didn't like it. Now, I know she did have a real bad meth stage for a little bit after that. Hopefully she's all good now, but she was tripping out for a little while. And the fucked up part about it, she was a real good person. She just had a drug issue. This motherfucker worked hard too. She had like 3 or 4 jobs and was staying up.
You know what crack costs? Like when you're watching intervention and stuff, it costs a lot of money, like hundreds of dollars a day, and it's like, where the fuck are they coming out with this money?
No, they are working for it. They are definitely working for it. One way or another, they're doing something. But yeah, but I guess I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know about the hardcore drugs, but they say meth lasts for days, so I would assume that meth would be a more viable option if you're spending hundreds of dollars on crack, because crack is a temporary thing. I've seen crack users and they seem like they leave for 5-10 minutes and be right back. But meth is supposed to be like a days long thing, so it would seem that you do a little bit of meth, you do what you do for a couple of days. I guess you go to work and you never sleep, and you go to your 3 or 4 jobs, you make you some money, buy a little bit more meth, and then you do a bunch of more meth. I don't know how it works. I really don't know. It's all bad stuff happening.
It's horrible. Like, I would never want to love something that much to where I'm losing, like, my teeth, my family, all my money. That's crazy.
Your flesh, your fucking skin falling off your face and shit. That shit is terrible. Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Doing stuff for $4. I mean, it's just,
Yeah. I mean, you gotta have it. If you gotta have it, you gotta It's a terrible deal, but I guess if you gotta have it, you gotta have it. That's just something like with all the information out there these days. Like, why would you get on something? So, but back to the guy and the bad advice and all that stuff.
Right.
So what were the signs that this guy may or may not have been a crack enthusiast? And why was she interested? She didn't have better options, or what was going on with this situation?
Well, she was like dating. Well, she was just dating around, and then she was telling me she met this guy, but he did stills. And I guess like he was like, asking her like his ex-girlfriend for money and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's not that bad. I mean, I didn't say it wasn't that bad, but I'm like she kept fucking asking me about this crackhead. So I'm just like, oh, well, I mean, I'm just going to give her the advice she wants. Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. You should, talk to this guy. And she did. And it was the worst thing that ever happened to her.
No, you ruined her life. That is terrible. That is terrible.
I know her life is fine now, but
Do you think it was a?
just people that.
So do you think it was a lesson? Maybe having a bad experience that she could learn from, hopefully never to make that mistake again.
I hope so, but I mean, who knows?
But do you think that people ask for advice and really don't want the truth? They just want you to co-sign what they want in the first place?
They do, and I think, and that's what I felt like when she kept harassing me about this. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, you should date him. And, like, he's like a jail, like somebody who's in and out of jail. And he, like, hit his mom. Like, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's bad stuff. You definitely put that woman in a life-threatening situation, and you should be ashamed. That is tough. That is tough. Okay. Well, Miss Ashley, so the time Nazis don't get me, according to Mr. Brito.
Oh my God, I'm probably seizing up in front of a timer right now, counting down.
But I appreciate you calling in and sharing that with us. Please don't recommend any more of your friends to date crackheads. It might not be as safe next time. It might be a bad outcome.
You're right.
All right. Well, thank you for calling, Miss Ashley.
All right, bye.
All right, have a good evening. Bye. Okay. Ooh, well, somebody was calling in. Well, they hung up on me. Fine, then I ain't gonna take y'all call. No way, since we gonna act like that. I don't know. It was something I said I'd want to talk. Oh, the Andy, I don't even know how to say his name. Ghost story situation. All right. This may be, we got about 10 minutes, so this might be our last call. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening?
Oh, goddamn time. Oh!
What's the motherfucking deal, Professor Trill? What's on your mind this evening?
You, Man Up, and Miss Meat, all y'all full of shit.
So apparently you have beef with Papa John's, you say?
Yes.
Oh, man. What's the problem with Papa John's, man?
And what he said was racist.
So that means that we should stop supporting the people who are just trying to work and trying to survive, and they may not have better options, but they didn't say it, even though he did, so we should stop eating Papa John's because of that?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't agree with the boycott and shit as far as that goes, but what he did say was racist.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't understand how, let me just ask you a couple of questions.
Okay.
What does saying the word nigga, what effect does that have on Papa John?
Well, we know Papa John's, they have a certain image. I mean, come on, the Peyton Mannings and the J.J. Watts of the world aren't quite your Kanye West of the world, if you're catching my drift.
Right, got it. Got that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here we go. Who else says nigga besides black folk?
Mexicans.
Right. So basically, he just excluded two races.
Okay.
So that's not racist to you?
I'm not really like. Here's my thing.
White folks ain't known to say the word nigga nowadays like that.
Okay.
So he would never use that excuse to not have a white dude endorse his product.
Okay.
The only race that he could get away with that shit is a black person.
Okay. I'm gonna
make it make sense.
I'm gonna drop an unpopular opinion here.
Go ahead.
J.J. Watt says the word nigga. He don't say it in the locker room. He says it in the confines of his own home. But he talks about that nigga Davion Clinton. That goddamn nigga Davion better fucking sign that franchise. Nah, let me stop before y'all talking about Saw Sports said that J.J. Watt's a racist. And y'all know how y'all motherfuckers like to take rumors and run with shit. But okay.
And to be honest, Honcho, while you saying throwing a little satire in it, you could be right.
Yeah.
Now, it's not the fact that he knows and don't know who says the word nigga, but it's the fact that we can get away with saying it in public, and it's okay. So he's using that as an excuse to condemn the man. Yeah. Now, if you just didn't want Kanye because you just didn't fuck with him, that's one thing. That's not racist. But if you using the fact that we have the one privilege of using that one word against them, like really?
I'm gonna deter from what you said for 1 second though, because you had told me, you were the one that told me about Zero hating singing that Mo City Don, right?
Say what?
Didn't you tell me about Zero hating singing Mo City Don?
Yes.
So tell me why he came out with Charlo the other night and the whole stadium was singing that shit. He was singing the song.
Everybody loved that song.
They said the whole stadium. I got the little clip on the Twitter. I'll see if I can get the actual video. But yeah, the whole fucking stadium singing that song along with that nigga. That's fucked up. The song that this nigga hates the most is the one that most people seem to know. City inside and outside the city. That's some craziness. All right, but okay. Sebastian was the crab, I think, from Little Mermaid. But okay. But I can understand what you're saying. But again, like I say, when it comes down to it, I look at things like this, right? I look at cultures and I look at people who they're most likely to associate with, okay? And that's why I guess I don't be hard pressing on the racial thing. Do you think that...
Let me ask you a question, Honcho.
Okay, go for it.
Do you say the word nigga?
I've never said it in my life.
Fucking lie. Does Miss Meek say the word nigga?
Does Miss Meek...
If y'all good enough to buy his product, how come y'all wouldn't be good enough to endorse his product?
No, but Miss Meek doesn't say it. She doesn't use it. She said nobody should use the word. But my thing is, again, I understand what you're saying about the product, but here's the deal. So if I feel like a product is superior, should I have to succumb to a more inferior product because I'm offended, or should I still be able to purchase the product that I like, even if I don't feel like
I've already answered this question. I didn't agree with the boycotting.
Okay.
All I'm saying is you have to admit that what he did was based on race. That's all I'm saying. You can buy what the fuck you want to buy. Like Miss Meek, she want to buy one, she can buy them shit to the house. Come on. If y'all want to wear his figure, y'all can wear that shit all y'all want. You want to wear Gucci, have at it. I don't give a fuck. All I'm saying is, if you really think about it, deep down, what he said was racist, because he pretty much excluded all of us niggas who say the word nigga, because we can get away with it.
Mm-hmm. But
that's exactly what he did.
Okay, but that could be a thing. But what if it's just the way what if he honestly, genuinely didn't have racial connotation? He just didn't want that affiliation. What if he wanted somebody to say, well, hey, here's a rapper that doesn't use that, or here's a person that doesn't.
He could have used any other excuse except for that one.
Okay.
Anything. That's the one thing he could have said that would have excluded all black people. Besides saying, I don't want no niggas, or, using it the other way, which that wasn't the way he said it.
Well, what about Wayne Brady? Is he excluded?
Yes. You saw he got proof. He was on Dave Chappelle. Riverside, motherfucker. Break yourself, nigga. Yeah. All that.
All right. Did Wayne Brady have to slap a bitch there? He might have got excluded.
What would have been funny is if he would have got Bill Cosby to endorse his product.
Oh, it's been over with.
That would have backfired, so you might want to trust a nigga or two.
That's tough. Bill ain't do nothing to nobody. Bill the real deal, Bill Cosby never hurt nobody. These are all false accusations against my man. Okay. But I can see where you're coming from. I can see how you're looking at it. I don't necessarily find too big of an issue with it. If he was specifically, talking about one particular artist.
Because you like the product, so you buy it.
No, but my thing is this though. But what if he says, hey, we only want, because if you look at it, Peyton Manning was the man in his field. At one point in time, J.J. Watt was the man in his field. The number one guy, you would say defensive player of the year, whatever, when he started really getting on with Papa John's. Peyton Manning was coming off, I think, a Super Bowl victory or so, when he was kind of promoting with the Papa John's. So what if people are saying, okay, we're suggesting the creme de la creme of certain fields. So what if, hey, well, Kanye, he's the number one artist. He's the bigger, well, nah, I don't really want to use Kanye because he says nigga. And you don't maybe have an alternative suggestion. Because, of course, if you don't want Kanye, and Kanye already dressed weird in homeless clothes and shit, he ain't going to want none of these niggas in those skinny jeans and sagging and shit. So what if that was just a way of dismissing that one particular thing, but not the community as a whole?
I get that. But it's not about, it's what he chose to be the reason. That says a lot. Now, second part of that is, if he don't like nobody saying the word nigga, why the fuck he said? He helped endorse his own shit, right? So then he should fucking discount himself.
But I think he didn't expect
If it was really about the word nigga, he wouldn't use it himself.
But he ain't want him saying it in public. It's okay to say it in private, just don't say it in public.
It don't matter. It don't matter, bro. You know damn well nowadays what you say in private can get you fucked up just as well.
Yeah, this is true. You can't trust nobody. Everybody out to cancel folks.
No, hell no.
That's tough, man. That's tough.
Ask Donald Sterling. Ask him. He'll tell you all about it.
Man, don't be fucking with them boppers, man. They go, they looking for, they recording everything.
Man, Honcho.
Yeah.
All he could have just said was, you know what, I just don't like him.
Yeah.
And that would have been perfectly fine. Look, that's your company, that's your prerogative. But I don't like him because he say that word. Come on, man. You eliminate how many black people do you really eliminate? How many white people do you eliminate? Not very many. How many any other races you eliminate? Not very many. How many niggas do you eliminate? A whole lot.
Interesting.
Mostly every nigga in the entertainment business. Mostly. There are very few of them that don't use that word.
What about Will Smith?
Has he ever? I don't know. I can't think of an occasion when I heard him say the word because, his raps was clean too.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay. Damn, I had another question. I got my own self off topic by talking about Will Smith. Bamboozled myself here. Shit. It was good too. It had nothing to do with nothing, but it was a good question, and I'd fried myself.
Did it have to do with that commercial that we saw Man Up in?
That man, hey, you know what? Let me tell you something about that video. That was great promotion for that watch company, and I hope they sold 1 million watches. But it was legit. But what they were saying was pure facts. Even if it wasn't about them promoting that watches, it was pure facts. And I'm glad that that message got out there. But that's something that a lot of people won't look at. They'll find ways to dismiss. I'm surprised I didn't see a bunch of feminists in the comments trying to undermine it. It was mainly stand-up conversations. I don't know, man. I can't think anybody else who would be validated in a situation like that. But I mean, it is what it is. He's no longer the head of anything now. They went and got Shaq ass out there. He's slinging Papa John's now. I actually stopped by him. Once I saw Shaq on him, because I hate Shaq. Fuck Shaq. When I saw Shaq fucking with the Papa John's, I stopped buying them hoes. So it backfired. They lost a customer. Bringing an old whack ass shit.
What the fuck do you have against Shaq?
A long time ago, I'm gonna share a story with y'all, man. Share a story with y'all. This is a throwback story. Long time ago. When the Rockets and
don't say the Magic, bro. Cause
the
Hakeem smashed that dude.
Yeah, no, but it's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. So, when I was younger back then, my madre, she wasn't a super club goer. She used to go to more Zydeco clubs and stuff like that. But she just happened to go out one night, and she came back and told me a story about Shaq trying to give her the looky eye. And ever since that night, it was fuck that nigga Shaq. When I see that
From
nigga,
your mama?
Yeah, he was trying to give my mama the eye. You know what I'm saying? But she ain't really know what it was. She ain't know nothing about no sports. She just thought it was a big ass nigga in the club. She didn't understand what was going on.
Shit, nigga, if you was smart, you would have brought her ass back to the club and say, man, you better make that shit work.
Man,
what you
fuck that.
talking about? This nigga got fed.
Man, fuck Shaq. I'm a Hakeem loyalist. I'd have took that nigga kneecap out, it'd have been game over. So ever since then, I've been beefing with it. And the other reason I hate Shaq is because I have a cousin. And this nigga, I don't know if there's a such thing as a Shaq enthusiast. I know we had a crack enthusiast on the last call, but if there's a Shaq enthusiast, this nigga had a Shaq shirt, an official worn by Shaq shirt that he used to have on his wall. This nigga bought Shaq rap albums. This nigga favorite game was Shaq Fu. This nigga bought the Shaq. He was everything Shaq. This nigga loved it. Right. Couldn't hoop for shit though, but just loved Shaq. If Shaq was 5'9" with the same skill set, this was this nigga here, so he was useless. But this nigga just swore up and down everything Shaq did was the greatest. I used to hate hearing that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you love Houston and everything else, but Shaq is your favorite fucking player. Like, you ain't got no love for a lot of. As a matter of fact, this is a cousin of mine, not Whoop. This is the one I told you that looked like the nigga from Get Out. This nigga even named his son Houston something or other. I don't know. I ain't seen that little nigga. I'll stop fucking with the niggas. But he named his son Houston something. Like, loves the city, loves everything Houston. But Shaq is his favorite basketball player. So, you know, there's a whole thing. Look, Shelly, I lied. I used the word nigga. I'm going to use the word nigga probably 3 more times before I get off this stream. And as soon as I get off the stream, I'm going to say that nigga Shelly Long be tripping out. I'm going to talk about you. I'm going to call you a nigga when you're not even here to hear it. So, you know, there's that. So I'm going to be saying all that good shit. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, that's that. But I gotta stick to the script, man. Anything else you would like to add to the call, Professor Trill there?
I'm going to ask you a little trivia question.
All right, what you got?
What rapper has the world record for using the word nigga the most times in a verse?
Wow, that's tough.
And as a hint, he's still alive.
Who is the niggas on the My Nigga?
No.
Okay. I don't know. That's a tough one. I have no idea. I would say Twister, maybe because he raps so fast, he can cram a lot of that shit in there. I don't know. I have no idea.
Bernard Freeman.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, I had found the song, and I listened to it, and I was like, okay, yeah, but I cannot remember what the name of that motherfucker was to save my life.
Wow.
But yeah, he holds the world record. Yeah.
Wow, okay. If you don't know who Bernard Freeman is, DeMarkey, you're going to have to turn in your pass, okay? And I'm just gonna leave it at that. Hey, look, you go get on the wiki, go get on the Googleizer or something like that, because I'm very upset that you said who is that. That's a shame on you, DeMarkey. Female pimp, you went and Google that shit. But did you listen to that?
Where the fuck is DeMarcus from?
Huh? DeMarkey's supposed to be from Houston. You know, I don't know.
Oh, nigga,
I don't know, man. But did you check out that one I sent you with him and C-Note?
The who?
The song I sent you with him and C-Note.
No.
Okay.
No.
That's the one I was saying about he went in on that verse and he killed it. Because I know you said you didn't care for that C-Note album too much, but I was telling you about it. You said you didn't remember it. It's Man Hold Up with Bun B and C-Note. Bun B demolished that verse, and I think it's one of Bun's more underrated verses.
I'm gonna check it out then.
Yeah, definitely. Okay.
I just pulled the honcho on you, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, that's all good. I've been trying to catch up with the last ones lately. I followed up, buddy, the one you sent me with the nigga who be mixing the little songs in with the characters and shit. That nigga had some
Yeah,
good
that
shit.
shit was funny.
Yeah, so I've been following him ever since that shit. But yeah, okay. Well, anything else you got there, Professor Trill?
Yeah, fuck y'all 10-minute rule. I'm out.
Alright, that's a wrap, baby. That's a wrap. So I'm gonna put y'all on the, like I said, and I hate to do it because y'all know I love the conversation, but I gotta be strict with it. That way I can bring y'all more and better content. And I know some more folks trying to call in, and I hate to have to miss y'all, but for the betterment of the channel, for the improvement of everything, like I say, because I got to get up early. I'm going to start doing some stuff early in the morning, and I'm going to figure out a situation for all the Patreon subscribers. Like I said, I'm going to figure out what to do. I might just upload my shit to Pornhub, since apparently Pornhub is acceptable and BitChute is not for Patreon, so we'll figure all that out. But I'm not ignoring nobody. I take the calls as they come, okay? But we at the 2-hour mark. At the 2-hour mark is the official cutoff. I'll get to fooling with y'all. I'm going to be on all night. Then I'm going to end up being tired. Then I'm going to get behind on my schedule. And then we miss morning dead. So that's why it's like that. I hate to do it. Because trust me, I want to talk to y'all all night long. But until things get to that point, I got to stay strict to the schedule. So that way I can produce better content for y'all. Hold on one second. Good grief. God damn, they didn't knock the monitor off the fucking thing. But I want to say thank y'all. I want to say I appreciate y'all. I'm trying to let the little dilly-dally automated thing do what it do. I don't want to talk to you at all, female pimp. How about that? I'm going to leave the chat up. I always leave the chat up. But again, like I say, it's just I have to follow a better protocol because, like I said, I want to be able to give y'all the content y'all want, morning and afternoon. Y'all leave Maury alone, and he did nothing. He did nothing wrong. But here's the deal. I don't know. Maybe I should start uploading to Pornhub seriously, right? Just fuck it, right? Why not? If Pornhub is acceptable, why? I mean, it's just crazy. Anyway, here's the deal, though. I fucks with y'all. I appreciate y'all. I thank y'all for tuning in. Again, I apologize for not being available last night. Had some last minute stuff come up. The time will not be 10 in the morning. It is moved back to 1 p.m. tomorrow. Fuck it, I ain't gonna wait on the automatic thing. I'm gonna just do it manually because, like I said, I don't want to sit waiting for a long time. Let's just do the proper protocol. I'm your host at Honcho. You can catch me at Honcho HTX on Instagram and Twitter. On my personal socials. If you enjoy the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following the Den Show socials on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Den Show Live at Gmail. Tomorrow, 1 p.m., so early afternoon, you know, and I'm unfortunate. I know some of y'all are going to kind of miss it, but hey, you can always watch it after it's over with, and I will be uploading, I'll be uploading the Den streams, just the audio to the podcast, so if you want to go back and listen that way, because I know if you have YouTube, unless you get like the YouTube Premium or Red or whatever, that if you listen on your phone, it closes down, so that's why I put it on the podcast. So if you want to listen at another time, I give you Miss a Den or something like that, and start putting them on the podcast. That way you can listen while you're doing other stuff. I think it makes it more convenient. Live every night, 10 p.m. Central. You know, Den at 10. No, I don't got nothing that rhyme with 1. Den Show Podcast. Again, you can go there to check out the podcast, and if not, you can catch it on iTunes, Google Play, and some other places. Like the main place, except for fucking Spotify. I gotta see about Spotify holding me. I'm gonna see if I can resubmit the shit. Hit that Den Show shop, man. Go get that Honcho. Is my homie show. Oh, I gotta address 2 comments too. I gotta shout out to Jess W, and I gotta shout out to Thunderbolt. And I'm gonna address those after I do my thing. I almost forgot. 833-284-3336. You can send a text message, screenshot, memes, picture message, whatever it may be, to the Den. You can call to the Den, even when we're not live. And again, if I'm not too active, I'll chop it up with you. If so, leave a voicemail. I'll try to get back with you. I know it's a bunch of voicemails I have to address. If you leave a text message or something like that, I'll try to reply to you when I get the opportunity. If you want to support the channel, you can always make a one-time donation to the channel, like Dan, Jess, and Thunderbolt, and I appreciate it. And again, you can go to streamlabs.com/The Den Show. If you want to support via Patreon, you go to patreon.com/The Den Show. Shout out to Miss Nana Diana. Shout out to Dan, James, Stina Starry-Eyed, Betty Spaghetti, Goya, and Donald Trump. Can't forget the president. Fresh back off of Air Force One. But here, I wanted to address this last comment. So I want to shout out to Jess because, like I said, I was on a call, I think, when she showed love. So shout out to Jess W for dropping the Benjamins. And Thunderbolt, shout out to Thunderbolt for dropping the Benjamins. Said, what about wearing your hat backwards, maybe a Harden style beard, wear some Michael Jackson gloves, and perhaps a Falcons red t-shirt? I will never wear a Falcons t-shirt. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Okay? So that's a no-go. If I could find a Michael Jackson glove big enough to fit, one glove, Michael only wears just one glove, I would wear it. Okay? You hate the Longhorns? Okay. Well, that might be interesting. If you're gonna pull up to Vegas, you're gonna see something interesting. Hat backwards, I don't know. That's not something I often do. We'll see how that works. We'll see how the hat backwards thing goes. And a beard, this is as much of a beard you're gonna get. I might have to get another costume. I was gonna do the preacher pastor tonight because I don't think I've done it this month. But I was gonna do it tonight, but I just I had time, but I just last minute decided not to do it. So with that being said, I appreciate y'all. I gotta get out of here. Thank y'all for calling. I know some of y'all missed some calls, man. Y'all can call me tomorrow and cuss me out and all that good stuff, but I appreciate it. Fuck the Sooners. Fuck Oklahoma as a staff or record label and as a motherfucking crew. Fuck the Thunder. What is the Thunder? How you just hear them? Thunder first round exit ass Thunder. Fuck Oklahoma, overrated asses. Y'all can keep the Cowboys. I'm not talking about Oklahoma State. I'm talking about Oklahoma. I mean the Southern Oklahoma Cowboys down there in Dallas. Y'all can have them too. But with that being said, talking about dudes, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all for coming through tonight, man. I will catch y'all mañana. Stay tuned. It's gonna be some. I'll have some content dropping for y'all. And Patreon folks, like I said, I'm gonna probably have to send it via like a PDF file, and it'll just have the links to the videos where y'all can watch them. Because right now, again, I can't post them directly. I can't embed them on Patreon, or I'll find another service. We'll just figure it all out. But until then, Chuck Badoosh, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Y'all ain't got to go home. I'm finna steal and get some pistachios off y'all. But outside of that, shout out. Appreciate all the love. I'm gone. Fuck female pimps. She always talking some goddamn shit. God damn it. I'll whoop her ass when I say I don't fight women. I don't hit women. But female pimps seem like a chick I might hit her with a tiger up because she talks too much goddamn shit. Anyway, I'm gone. I appreciate y'all for coming through.